Your customers are telling you how they want to buy from you, but you're probably missing out on this like most other sales reps. And I'm going to give you a way how you can go about fixing that. You're going to love this. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist Podcast. I'm your host, Donald C. Kelly, the Sales Evangelist. And I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And on this episode, I'm going to cover a topic that is near and dear to my heart. As you know, I'm a big fan of LinkedIn. You've heard me talk about LinkedIn on these episodes. And specifically, I've given strategies and ideas that work so well. I'm going to continue to share some ideas, and I'm going to add another element to this because this comes from a stat. What points to buyer behavior, the way your buyers are behaving right now. You and I both know just those email sequences, they're not being as effective as they used to be. We got to do something else, and obviously, this is going to be an element to that. If this is your first time listening to our podcast or watching one of our videos, I designed this show to do two things: one, help you to 3 to 5x your sales pipeline with qualified good deals. And two, double your close rate. We all can improve, and there's different things and strategies we can do, whether it's the content that I share or the guests that we bring on. Everything is designed to that end. Now, one of the things that I do is I love utilizing LinkedIn. I've seen it to be a great way to start relevant conversations with prospects, as well as to be introduced and to be able to get some inbound leads. I'm going to be the first to tell you, this is not going to be an overnight thing. You're not going to just jump on LinkedIn today and all of a sudden you get new opportunities just right out the gate from this particular strategy that I'm going to share with you. And it's something that you should be adding to what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. As you continue to do this with your current outreach processes, as you fine-tune them, you're going to see remarkable results. So here's the stat. I was at Outbound. One of the things that I learned post-Outbound and some of the content that we've gathered from it is that they shared that the buyers, the way that they're purchasing or gathering, let's go back to discovery. The way that they're discovering or gathering insights is different. I saw this in my own behavior, and I talked about this on a webinar with Calendly. I talked about this on, I think it was Revergy. I talked about this several places, but the data is also proving it because most of the buyers are tired of searching and clicking. Straight up. They're tired of going out searching and clicking. What they're doing, however, is that they want to find stuff where they are. And the study shows that 44% of buyers have said that they are discovering new software and products via social media. Come on, y'all. Come on, you heard me. The people in the back, you want to hear that once again? 44% of buyers say that they're discovering new products and software from social media. Telling you, man, this stuff, I ain't trying to make this stuff up. Make this stuff up. But LinkedIn has been up in its game, but LinkedIn overall has been a dynamic solution. The challenge that most of you have, and you probably have this right now listening to this podcast, is that you're saying, Donald, I'm on LinkedIn. I've been on LinkedIn since 92. It wasn't around then, but just keep going with me. 2012, there you go. I've been on LinkedIn since 2012. I have a decent network, but I can tell you that I've never gained a lot of business from it. And I would say, all right, I get that. And I'm being straight with you, you probably just haven't been utilizing. No, I know you haven't been utilizing the platform as effectively as you should. You probably have tons of connections, and I have done episodes on how you should connect with people, share relevant content, and engage. But here's the thing that I want to tell you about. I got to harp on this. I'm not telling you that you need to become a social media influencer. So I don't want to hear none of you go in the comments or send me some hate mail on LinkedIn saying, Donald, you're telling everybody to become social influencers. That is not what I'm saying, but your dang prospects are on the platform and you are not engaging with them. What most people do, I'm telling you straight up with this, most of us on LinkedIn is that we go back, and I'm going straight up on this episode. I'm going deep on this. I'm going all in, and some of you get offended because I'm just telling you, this stuff works, and it's just annoying because we're seeing the data, but people are not doing it, and then people telling me that it's not working. So here's what happened, is that most of us go on a platform like LinkedIn, and we go and become wallflowers like this. We're chilling on a wall, just kind of like easing. We're watching everybody else engaging. We're watching everybody else do stuff, and then we're not taking part in that party. What I need you to do, and this is going to be harder, but this is the thing that I need you to do. This is the strategy. This is the activity. I need you to post one piece of content on LinkedIn every single week. And I don't care about the excuses that you don't have time. That's BS. If you're out there making a ton of cold calls, if you're out there setting up campaigns, you have 15 minutes to create a post. Now you're going to say, Donald, I just don't know what to create a post on. Well, let me get ready to tell you about this. Let me school you real quick and give you some homework. The last call you had, every call you have with prospects, when you have a conversation with them, you're getting some kind of objection. You're getting some kind of dialogue, whether it's I'm not interested, or we already have a vendor, I'm already using this, or just not interested, or perhaps once you get, I said interested twice, or perhaps when you get them on a call and they're giving you objection, how to know how this will work in our atmosphere. We are in a Microsoft environment. We're using AWS, or we like to do our internal with our CRM. I don't care, whatever the thing is. Like, you're getting objections. Those are the things that you need to create content on. Come on. If you get what I'm saying, I need you to just give me a little something. I need you to go and drop me a message on LinkedIn right now. But I need you to think about the objections that you get on a day-to-day basis. And I need you to answer those just like you would to a prospect. The ones that you get on the discovery call, or later in the deal would be more effective. You can start with some of the ones early on in a discovery, like, in a prospecting phase, like, hey, I'm not interested. Find out what, but we don't want you just to talk about why, not somebody may not be interested in your software. I want you to get the compelling reason. There's probably a deeper reason why. We already do this internally, so that's why we're not interested. So then talk about that. You might say, I'm going to give a practical example, and again, hopefully this makes sense. I sell a CRM, and I'm making this up. I sell a CRM, and somebody reaches out, and we say, yeah, we have something that we built internally already. We're not interested. Let me get a little bit of deeper understanding about why they're saying that. If I've gotten that from one or two people in this particular industry, perhaps there's a particular reason, and I could probably debunk that. So I might start off a post like this. We do this all internally. We have an internal CRM. Now, if the people that are following you on LinkedIn are your potential customers, they're going to appreciate this content. So you start off with the subject headline like that, this is all text, just like a subject line or first line. There you go, because it's on a post. Then you go into explaining. I get comments like this. I hear this all the time in our industry because, whatever the reason, many people feel that they have customized their process is so customizable in a manufacturing space that they have to have their own CRM, a customized CRM. I totally get where they're coming from, and then go into the reason to explaining it. This is not you can do the feel, felt, found with this. I've talked about that on previous episode, but I'm just going to give you a simple one. And what I've seen to be the case is that maybe they don't recognize that the process that they're going through is also some things that other businesses are going through. Here are 3 ways that you can make sure you can still use outside CRM without having to do overloads of customization. 1, look at the processes and see if the processes line up. 2, I'm making this up because I don't know anything about the CRMs, right? 2, blank. 3, blank. And then you give your opinion, ask a question at the end. I'm curious to hear, do you use internal software? Do you use an internal CRM, or do you have something else that you invest in? Get them to respond to that, and just, they might say, yeah, we internal, or we do something else. If you got 3 or 4 people, you have just had 3 or 4 people who probably is in a discovery phase. They probably are open to this idea of looking at stuff. But you see where I'm getting at? Maybe they're people that or potential your existing customer, and they could be potential customers. But the point is, people are going to engage on that piece of content. You put a couple hashtags in that. The other thing that you can do, simple thing, is go find answers to that question, because the question that you are posting or that you are getting from prospects, somebody else answered that already in the form of a blog post or whatnot, or a YouTube video. Listen to it, watch the video, take the content, and make it your own, because you probably have the similar answer, and share that. So you might, or you can just take a post that somebody has, a blog, and use it. So you might say something like here's listened to this. I read this blog by Jane Moore, who talked about internal CRM versus investing with an outside vendor. I was blown away by some of the simplicity that she shared. But one thing I definitely agree with her on was point number 4, that it's the cost of creating a CRM could be excessive. Check it out and let me know your opinions in the comments. But you take that link and you post it. Now you're posting a piece of content. Again, I'm not saying that you doing this, all of a sudden you're going to get millions of people following you and you're going to get tons of people who are going to line up and say, I want to buy from you. What starts happening is that you become the subject matter expert to that small pond of your potential customers. Now, if you go back to my past episodes, one of the things I share is that every single day you should be connecting, every week, connecting, sharing, and engaging. So connecting with people, reach out to at least 5 people who are ideal customers and sending them a personalized message to connect on LinkedIn. Number 2, you're sharing content like this once a week. So those people are going to see that. And then 3, you're engaging. Anyone that likes or engage on that post, you're commenting, you're DMing them, having a conversation. You're not pitching them, you're having a conversation. Those people that engage with you, as you start conversations, you make that humanize and you connect by sending audio and video message to reply back to these individuals. Now, when you do this, naturally, those conversations lead to opportunities, and those leads to opportunities. Opportunities leads to those conversations and those appointments and those deals. Now, if you do this right, the other thing that you can do as well, you can start emailing these people. Maybe you don't necessarily want to pitch them right out the gate, and you shouldn't, but perhaps, or you don't start the conversation with them, you can then send emails. You can see the people who are engaging on your posts. You can send an email to that individual and say, hey, thanks for your engagement on LinkedIn, or I appreciate the engagement. Something that's going to grab their attention, or just put LinkedIn ... or put whatever the comment was about, internal CRM ... Then just start a conversation there. Hey, I noticed that appreciate you engaging on my posts and on that around this, and around internal CRM versus external CRM. I'm curious to kind of learn from you guys. Have you guys ever thought about investing in a CRM outside of your company? Look forward to hearing back from you. Something simple. They're going to engage because if you have interactions already on LinkedIn. But this is a simple thing. But go back to the point I'm trying to get at. The prospects are actively out there because they use LinkedIn as a vetting source. They can see the social proof when other people are engaging on that content, as well as they're being influenced by things that are being shared by thought leaders or by people in their space. Now, you don't need to be a thought leader per se, but if you are in that space and you're sharing content relatively, consistently, even if it's once a month, and your content's good, you're answering those questions that they're like, man, these are burning questions for me. More than likely, they're going to see you as that person, that guide, that Sherpa, that person that can help them to solve a problem. You don't need to be Tony Robbins. You just need to be the expert in the manufacturing CRM space. You get where I'm coming from? That's all it takes. 44%, again, of these sales leaders are saying that's how they're doing discovering new products and new software. And they will see your name and pop up, and this leads to appointments again and conversation. It works time and time again. Now, yes, keep doing phone calls and keep doing emails, but now those emails are way more focused, and the phone calls obviously are going to be even that much more relevant. Take it for what it's worth. Try it, test it out. But I promise you, this stuff makes amazing opportunities. I'd love to hear from you. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can follow me, but I'd definitely love for you to connect with me on LinkedIn. The same concept goes over to Instagram. I've had people, because we've shared content in our space on Instagram, that they connect back to me on LinkedIn or other platforms and start conversations directly on Insta. So again, be social. It's the next big thing. It's been the next big thing for a minute, but it's easy. You can also take advantage of software tools like ChatGPT to help you to create content, answer some of those questions if you're not a great writer. No more excuses. Like, we can't. Buyers are on the platform and they want to discover stuff, and they want to discover you. Again, let me know your thoughts on LinkedIn. I appreciate you. Hopefully this was helpful for you today as you're going out prospecting. As always, I want you to 3 to 5x your sales pipeline with qualified opportunity. This is one of those great ways. And I want you to double your close rate. And with people like this who are engaging, come on, closing is going to be so much easier. As always, raise your level of thinking, go out, do big things, make some money. See you in the next one.